born?
1933.
Also.
And where did you grow up during the Depression?
I was right
Here.
here.
Oh,
Barbara.
Marblehead. Something that
Well, we
comes to
never
mind.
had much to begin with.
Yeah.
And so what we lost, we couldn't lose much more because we didn't have much to begin with.
Maybe you said this already. Marblehead was really a very poor town
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
compared to what you see
That's right.
now. It's hard
Yeah.
to believe that the town is I'm going to use the word upscale.
Yeah.
It is.
yeah.
I mean, everyone drives a Mercedes or a BMW. Kids go to private school,
We
and
didn't
I
have
remember
cars.
growing up and all the old houses were all old and
Old.
kind of
Yes.
falling
Yeah.
apart, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They
It didn't
all
look
were.
very
That's
pretty.
right.
Yeah, they weren't.
no,
There was nothing
It-
very,
it-
and we had everything in town too. We had a grocery store.
yeah.
We had a garage.
Drugstore, we
Not
had-
that many of us could use the garage because we didn't have a car.
Okay.
And we had a hospital,
We had a bakery.
and we had a bakery, and we had a bank.
Yep,
Yeah, so
all downtown. You could
Yeah.
do
Fish
everything.
market. You didn't need a car. You
You
could
did
walk.
not
that's
need a
right.
car.
And
All
that's
the
what we
shops.
did. We did walk. We didn't get in the car and go down 2 blocks. You know, we walked. Yeah.
Okay.
Your father?
Well, my father ran a garage down on Pond Street, really next to where I live now.
Oh.
We don't own the property anymore, but it still operates as a garage, a repair shop garage, something. That's what he did.
There were?
Yes, and he worked in the shoe factory.
Yeah.
Most us Marbleheaders, if we lived here, we worked here. Yeah.
Was there like many people who did jobs elsewhere, like went to Swampscott or something for jobs?
I would say
No.
No, I think the routine,
It
if
wasn't a
anything, was
commuter
going to
town.
Boston.
Yeah.
You'd hop the train,
Yeah.
and
But
they-
another-
they're the white collar workers of yesterday, and they rode the train to Boston, and they worked the clericals or whatever they did, and then came back to Marblehead at night. It was fine most of
Kind of
it.
before
I
us.
remember
Marilyn
the
would know
WPA.
more about that.
the Works Project Administration, I guess it was, started by FDR.
I was gonna say
And-
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And people worked under that federal subsidized program, WPA. But I don't remember lots of people who like worked for the General Motors Company or worked for First National Bank lost their jobs. No, I think.
All we knew was about the Marbleheaders anyway.
Yeah.
And if they worked out of town most of the time, they didn't go around with us Marbleheaders.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I worked in a restaurant down here in town, the Atlantic Restaurant.
I used to work down in, as a waitress down in, can't think of the name now.
School setting you remember?
I had a wonderful school setting. I went to elementary school from first grade to sixth grade, and my junior high school was right next to it. Then I went away to boarding school, which was a good experience. I didn't want to go, but it turned out to be a good experience.
And where was the boarding school?
Where was
Where was the boarding school?
in Canada, whereas we just put on a skirt and sweater.
And we wore a
Clothes were
skirt, we wore
important.
skirts all the time too.
Yeah, yes, we
Yes,
did.
we did, we wore skirts all the time. If we had a pair of pants, that was kind of unusual.
If it was cold, we had to wear leggings, but we had a skirt and a little dress on underneath.
That's right, yeah. Well, we both went to the elementary school, right from kindergarten to sixth grade.
Yeah.
And then we went to the high school, which was the junior high and the high school.
Yeah.
And we had the junior high and the high school was one building.
Oh, really? Like
Mhm.
it was
Yes.
pushed together?
Yes.
Instead of like the two separate schools?
Yes, it's just the 2 grades now. Before they had 6 grades up there. But a lot of it's been torn down.
Do you remember if your school was segregated?
No, we were not.
No, because there weren't that many.
There weren't many to be segregated against.
Yeah, I mean, I went to high school, and there were probably, as an outside, a group of 110 class, of 110, my graduating class,
Yeah.
51. I'll bet you there weren't 5 Jewish kids in my whole class.
Well, we had a lot of Jewish kids, but we had no blacks.
Yeah, we had no blacks that
No,
I know
no
of.
Hispanics, no.
No,
No.
it just wasn't an issue. There was not-
It wasn't even thought about.
No, I don't, no, I don't think it was.
Situation is totally different
Well, I know,
from
because now
ours.
you have your kids and
You've
they're all
seen a
every
little of
place,
the
yeah.
world. We were talking about something the other day, and we thought this generation, or maybe it was the war, even Korea and Vietnam. Some of these kids
Yeah,
don't even know that.
no, I know it.
Don't even know what we went through or what
Yeah,
happened
yeah,
or
Yeah,
how bad it was.
when you figure that's quite a few years ago for them.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, sit down and figure out what you're doing,
Yeah.
and if you have any money, don't throw it around, use it for what you need it for.
Stand up for what you believe. Get your education
That's the main thing.
and talk
Get
to
to school,
somebody.
get your education, yes.
Talk. Communication. Find somebody that you can talk to who listens.